Good morning. Happy holidays to all of you all. And Merry Christmas. Thank you for visiting with us today. We're in Bible class still with Andre and Betty, and we're continuing our studies from 2 Samuel. Today we're in chapter 9. And our subject is kindness and mercy demonstrated. And it will be through David toward his covenant with Jonathan, his best friend, in the days of King Saul. So it begins with the word "and," a conjunction continuing from the previous chapter. And David said, "Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" Because I made a covenant with Jonathan and also with King Saul, then this is why I'm looking to see if any of the descendants of Saul left. Verse 2, and there was of the house of Saul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto David, the king said unto him, "Are you Ziba?" And he said, "Thy servant is he." Verse 3, and the king said, "Is there not yet any of the house of Saul, that I may show the kindness of God unto him?" And Ziba said unto the king, "Jonathan hath yet a son, who is lame on his feet." And the first mention of him is in chapter 4, verse 4 of 2 Samuel. So, this is Jonathan's son, and then Jonathan's son is going to have a son. Verse 4, and the king said unto him, this is King David, said unto him, "Where is he?" And Ziba said unto the king, "Behold, he is in the house of Mashir, the son of Amiel in Lodabar." Now, Lodabar is a location on the east side of the Jordan River, and it means without pasture land. So he's in a place where there's really not a good location. Verse 5. Then King David sent and brought him out of the house of Mashir, the son of Amiel from Lodabar. Verse 6. Now when Mephibosheth is his name, and his name, Mephibosheth's name means he that destroys shame. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face and did reverence. And David said, "Mephibosheth." And he answered, "Behold, thy servant." And David said unto him in verse 7, "Fear not, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Saul, thy father or thy grandfather, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually." So he's showing him mercy, he's showing him kindness, and the young man reverenced David, meaning he respected and bowed down to him, not to worship him, but to respect and reverence him. Verse 8, and he bowed himself and said, "What is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am?" So he saw himself as helpless and unable to benefit David in any way. Verse 9, then the king called Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, I have given unto thy master's son all that pertain to Saul and to all his house. Thou therefore, you therefore, and your sons and your servants shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits, that thy master's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, thy master's son, shall eat bread always at my table. So he's going to be as a son to me. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants, so they would be working to culture the land for Mephibosheth. Verse 11. Then said Ziba unto the king, according to all that my lord the king had commanded his servant, so shall thy servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table as one of the king's sons. And this is the third time it's stated that he would eat at the king's table. Verse 12. And Mephibosheth had a young son whose name was Micah, and all that dwelt in the house of Ziba were servants unto Mephibosheth. Verse 13. So Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem. He came from Lodebar, without pasture land, into a fertile land. For he did eat the fourth time continually at the king's table, and was lame on both his feet. And in chapter 4 of 2 Samuel, chapter 4, verse 4, it says, and Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son that was lame of his feet. He was 5 years old when the tidings came of Saul and Jonathan out of Jezreel, and his nurse took him up and fled. And it came to pass, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame, and his name was Mephibosheth, who destroys shame. So this is a demonstration of God's kindness, his mercy through King David and those that follow him, if they're following the Lord and his commandments. So that's the end of the lesson. You all have a great day, great holidays, and Merry Christmas to you and your family. Bye.